may I help you?
This is Laurie Morgan. I think you have.
Oh, yes. Let me get an orderly for her. Barry? Take Laurie to pediatrics, please.
In most cities and towns in the United States, there's a place people go when they need special medical help. This is the pediatrics ward, a section of the hospital where children are cared for.
This is your bed, Laurie. Now, I want you to undress. And you have to wear this gown. And then I want to ask your mother some questions.
Laurie Morgan has been bothered by sharp pains around her stomach. Her doctor has placed her in the hospital to find the cause of the pain. It's all new to Laurie. This is one of the pediatrics nurses Laurie will soon get to know. She'll meet many different members of the hospital staff, but it is the nurse who spends the most time with each patient.
Mr. Nurse?
When the doctor is away, the nurse follows his instructions.
Is that all right?
The nurse knows the nature of every person's illness and how to ease pain.
Is that better, Mr. Nurse?
How are you doing?
Doctors depend on the nurses to help them at a moment's notice.
Hi. Let's have a listen. Maybe we can let you go home today. Would you like that?
And nurses are responsible for keeping records so that the doctors are kept up to date on the progress of every patient. A day-to-day record is kept for every patient from the moment he arrives at the hospital.
It's all right. We're almost there. We're pulling into the hospital right now.
Oh, it hurts.
They'll take care of you.
They'll take care of here.
The hospital emergency ward is never closed. Tom Bunn came in an ambulance after he fell from a tree in his backyard.
Have you ever had x-rays before?
No.
Okay, we're just going to use a film and put it under your leg. Now I'm going to lift your leg carefully.
Ow!
Okay, that's good, right like that. Okay, good. Now this is the camera we use. I'm just going to bring it down. Okay, fine, like that. Now I'm going to turn your leg up. I know that hurts. Okay, that's fine, just like that. Now hold very still.
This is an x-ray of Tom's leg, and you can see in the middle portion of it here a little crack that goes right across the bone. But on the side view, you can see that the crack is a good deal longer.
How long will he have to stay in the hospital?
Well, we have to put him in a plastic cast. There may be some swelling, so we'd like to keep him in the hospital a day or two to observe it and make sure he's comfortable.
When a bone is broken, a plaster-soaked bandage is rolled on. The plaster hardens to form a cast to keep the bone firmly in place so that it will mend properly. A fractured leg can become a permanent injury unless it is properly repaired and treated. In about 2 months, when the cast is removed, Tom's leg will be as good as ever. Every new patient is examined by a member of the hospital staff. Laurie's never met this doctor before.
Say, ah.
He's called an intern. He's finishing his medical training. The hospital helps train new doctors by giving them experience in treating patients.
Blood pressure. You know what blood pressure is? You don't? Well, this is a measure of your heart's force, your heart's ability to pump blood. Are you having any pain?
Yes,
Where is it hurting?
right over here.
Uh-huh. Well, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that in a short while.
Laurie, I have to take a blood sample from you today. And to do it, I have to stick your finger.
This is another person Laurie's never met before, the laboratory technician.
There, that didn't hurt very much now, did it?
A sample of Laurie's blood will be examined very carefully to see if it's healthy. The condition of her blood may provide a clue to the reason for her pain.
And now I'm going to make a picture of your blood.
A slide is made so that the blood can be examined under a microscope. The technician counts the white and red cells of the blood, an important piece of information for Laurie's record. In the hospital laboratory, small samples of body liquid like blood or urine can be analyzed. Laboratory reports give doctors further information about the cause of a patient's illness. This is Laurie's doctor. He will study the laboratory report and then make a decision about what to do to help Laurie.
Why do I have to have my appendix out?
Your appendix is what's making you sick, Laurie. This is what's causing you the pain in your tummy. And it's infected, and it can't get better by itself. And so we have to take it out. Now, we'll be dressed all in green, so don't think that we're different. We'll all be the same people, and you'll see me, except I'll be in a green suit.
Although it will be a new experience for Laurie, the hospital staff performs over 30 operations per day.
Hi, Laurie. Can you move over to this table for me?
Hi, Laurie.
The surgery room, where all operations are performed, has all the necessary equipment. Laurie's doctor is a surgeon. He will perform the operation.
Hi, Laurie. How you doing? Okay. We'll be with you in just a little while.
Another doctor, called an anesthesiologist, makes sure that Laurie feels no pain during the operation.
This is the mask we're going to use, Laurie. It's very similar to the ones that the astronauts use when they're flying up around the Earth. It fits down on your face like this, over your nose and mouth, and you can talk and breathe right through it. It may smell a little funny at first. That's mostly the rubber that the mask is made out of. I'm going to start with it high, lower it slowly down to your face so you get used to it. Can you smell that coming out now?
Yes.
It'll make you a little dizzy at first, and then your eyes will close and you'll fall asleep just exactly like you were home. I'm going to let it touch the top of your nose now. And you just breathe very easily. We'll touch your face all the way around. You're doing just fine.
Sponge, please. Scalpel.
Every member of the surgical team has been carefully trained to perform a special job during the operation. Sometimes operations take many hours, but Laurie's operation is not complicated. It takes less than half an hour.
Operation just went fine. She had no trouble at all. There were no complications. She's doing just fine now. She's in recovery. I'm going to go down and see her, and she'll be back in her room in about an hour and a half, and you'll be able to see her then.
Oh, good.
Hi, Laurie. Your operation's all over, honey, and everything is just fine. Your appendix is out. You just go ahead and sleep now, okay?
It takes many people to help a patient get well again. Members of the hospital staff whom the patient may never see. The pharmacy department, responsible for providing medicines.
Carrots, please.
The food service department, where meals for hospital patients are prepared.
One kind of dressing. Tray number 1.
The dietitian makes certain that the food for each patient is served according to doctor's orders.
Small serving, thin, tender, salt-free lamb, salt-free mash.
The hospital laundry sees to it that clean linens are always ready. There's a special department where materials and instruments are packed and sterilized, so they'll be free of germs. And not everyone who comes to a hospital is a patient. When people are sick or injured, it helps them to feel better when they're visited by family and friends. Every hospital has special times set aside for visitors.
Tell you where I am, and you do the rest. Yeah, so you call the doctor.
No one likes to be sick or have accidents, but when a person becomes ill or seriously injured, the hospital is always ready to help. The purpose of every hospital is to help each patient get well enough to go home as soon as possible. By the time Laurie is well enough to be in the playroom, all she has to remind her of the operation is a small scar where her appendix used to be, and the pain is gone.
It's got a flat tire.
Anybody for some juice?
Yay.
I have orange and apple juice. And Laurie, this is your last juice because you're going to go home today, and your parents are here to pick you up.
Oh, where?
They're outside, so you can have
goody.
your juice
Can I
first,
go
and then
see
you
them?
go get dressed.
Oh, okay.
Michael?
When people need special medical help, it's good to know that a hospital is nearby, ready to give care and treatment to those who need it.
Hello. What's your name? Edwin, we're going to take you out of the